Hello everyone. I had a real problem with this this video. Tried to get her up last week and I don't know what happened last Friday. It was like some kind of crazy thing happened, but anyway, this is Edwin's driving test. She passed 4 minors. I want to show you this route though because it's an old route, but the second half of it, it's a new one. I haven't seen this before. And when she gets this parallel park, it's like, wow, this road's pretty small. So this must be new. I've never seen them. I've seen them come down the other way. We're off now. So we're going to go to the gate and go left. When you get to the second half of this video, I've never been down. I've been down this road, but coming the other way. So it's mirror indicate left. See, this is a T junction. Make sure you check to the right. And then when she gets to the end of this road, she's going to go left. Remember, don't pull out if the car's coming from your left that way, because there's a tight turn. This. So at the end of the road, it's left. As I say to yourself, I've said this many times, use your mirror signal manoeuvre, which is mirrors, middle one, left one, indicate left. Position, just start pointing the car towards the left, but you've got to give way. And then you're coming onto the road here, then it's busy, just sit and wait, be patient, don't panic. Yeah, I've never seen this this particular route that they take in the second half of it. This used to be a really good route. It's dead easy. It was basically like a shape of a horseshoe. You go up the road, main road, and you do a turn, come back, and you come right back to the test centre. But on this occasion, you take a detour. I'll show you that later on. It's just coming off Breck Road. This one doing a right here, middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Remember, do it as you approach. Don't do it when you stop. As you approach. So probably about 4 or 5 car lengths before you get there. Sometimes this can be busy. It just depends. I always say to my people, are you lucky? If you're lucky, right, this will be empty. No one will be there. No one hassling you, putting you under pressure. Just everyone's really nice to you, waves you through. So you can see it's been here a while now and it starts to get a bit edgy. Can be like this, so don't think you've got to go all the time. Only go when it's safe to do so. And she went to go and she stopped, so she's fine. She hasn't gone over the line. So if you're doing it right here, yeah, see this there, you want to point yourself to the right side. If you're going ahead straight to the left side, you get good visibility to the traffic on the left. If you're turning right here, go to this lane straight away because you've got parked cars. Local knowledge on a driving test is just, it's so helpful, it's unbelievable. See, a lot of people get used to be, if you tell a pupil, oh, you got to get back to the left, they'll head straight back to the left, but there's parked cars there, which means then you've got to come back to the right. It gets pulled over. This is where you're going to get an independent drive. She was worried about the sat-nav. She didn't get the sat-nav. She's got directions. The first direction was follow the sign for the city centre, and then as you get further down the road, which is a few miles down the road, they'll tell you to follow the sign for Everton. But remember, follow the city sign, the city centre sign, and then they will tell you to follow the sign for Everton. You actually go past Everton's ground, but they're talking about Everton Valley, which is about half a mile past the ground. And this is Townsend. She's now on Townsend Avenue. Comes back to Townsend. I'd say on this route here there's about 1, 2, with the what's her name, where she gets this parallel park. It is a challenge, so I'm counting them out about a handful, but it's an easy route. Wait, you see this? I've got the other route that's even easier than this, and I'm putting this one up because I haven't seen them go this way before, so they must have changed it. Maybe they thought it was too easy for people. Sometimes they flag up, if the routes everyone's passing on it. I mean, this happened when the sat-nav came out years ago. They were finding certain routes where everyone was passing. Could do more routes like that, couldn't we? But anyway, so she followed the sign. When she finally moves off, she got stuck a bit here. Like, always nervous in the first 5 or 10 minutes. And you'll see in a moment. She's been here a while, hasn't she? She's been here now 2-3 minutes. Generally the test lasts between 30, I think they say 31, it's between 38 and 40 minutes, and the minimum is 31 minutes. I've been stuck in the test centre for 50 odd minutes. It just depends if you go out and you get stuck in a queue, or there's a breakdown or a roadworks. You think she's broke down here, wouldn't you? But she actually hasn't. She's just waiting to move off. She should move off any second now. Oh, but stay calm, remember that. Stay calm, concentrated, and don't switch off for a second. Make sure when you move off, when you get pulled over on the left, you know, it can be either like this, follow your signs, or they want to see you pull over safely. Like that, there was a bus stop there before, so they may have said pull over on the left where it was safe, legal, and convenient. I don't really know because I wasn't in the car. And when they have the debrief at the end, it's like especially when they pass, you can't make any sense of it. She only got a few minors. And as you come down here, see she got back to the left. There's a lot of space here, so you know you can get back to the left. And there's the sign coming up here, and you'll see it now. City centre. And it's just when you get to the traffic lights, it's left. Be careful you don't indicate too left because there's a junction just before it. So mirror indicate left now when you level with that. And I think these lights, yeah, they changed. Always look for the new speed limit when you move into a new road. You come out of one road, look, and then you come to the new road, just look up to the left and right. If the speed limit sign isn't there, they generally tell you. And on this one, there's a 40 sign there, so if you don't respond to that 40 sign, so if you get on this road and it's empty, and you do 30, then they'll assume you haven't seen the sign, so you haven't responded to it. And that's on your sheet, on your marking sheet. Response to traffic signs, road markings. So you didn't respond to the 40, you were still at 30. But don't get me wrong, if it's busy and you can't get to 40, remember that's the maximum speed limit, you don't have to go straight to 40 mile an hour. You got to take into consideration, is it safe? The roads, is it busy? Is the weather bad? You know, especially ice, rain. So yeah, so you got a lot of things to consider. Try not to overthink too much though. And whatever the examiner says, concentrate, listen to what they're saying, because you don't want to get, they tell you something and you never heard it. And here we go. This is the East Lancaster Road where you go on to, yeah, there's another 40 sign there. You go on to, after this you go on to Walton Avenue. And then when you get onto Walton Lane, it goes to 30 mile an hour. So this is just straight on this route. Before they changed it, this was great. This was a great route. This. You just go straight up this road, for 3 or 4 mile. You do a left up Edwin Valley. Do a left into Mayor Lane. So you head back. You head back now. And there's a little thing you want to say. There's about a few challenges. And there's like a little one way, it's a sneaky one, and they generally ask you to do it right in that one way, especially when there's 2 lanes. So you need to look for the markings on the floor. Well, I'll show you on this one anyway. This is handy if you've got a test on Norris Green. You could get this route. It's as I say, before they changed it, because I've got this on another video on my YouTube channel, and they basically just go up this road, turn left up Edwin Valley, back down Mayor Lane, do a right, then a left on Breck Road, and then straight back to the test centre. Just you got to deal with the double roundabouts on the way back. But if someone's training you, they'll show you how to do the roundabouts. Don't think that they're difficult, because they're not. I know a lot of people get a bit confused with them, and they'd rather have a traffic light, which is, you know, it's understandable, because the traffic light makes the decision for you. Either you slow down and stop, or move off. On a roundabout, they're designed to keep the traffic flowing. So if you come to an empty roundabout and stop, they're going to say, well, you know, your observation's not much good, and you're quite likely to go on a failure test. But on this, the roundabout she gets is the double roundabout just when she gets back. Like I say, you either get it when you're starting your test, or when you're finishing it, or you might get it both times. Depends if you're lucky. So it's coming on to Watermall Avenue now. It's still 40. And then you'll see when you get to the top here, it goes to 30. So this is Watermall Avenue. If you're going for the city centre, you're going to be going straight on. If you say to the M58, yeah, or the A59 Preston, when you get further up here, you'll see it on the sign. And you generally, what you do is you're doing it right when you get to the lights. But there's 2 lanes going to the right. Just make sure you get in that left lane going right. And then when you get in the new road, you're right by the curb, so you don't have to change direction. And a lot of drivers, if it's busy, they won't let you back to the left. So to make it easy yourself, the sign's coming up shortly. We're going for the city. This one's going for the city centre, which is straight, dead easy. This one. On the next, if you get, because they do a right at these lights, and they also do a left. And so when you go right at these lights and ahead, it's 30 miles an hour. Remember that? If you go left at these lights, it's 40. There's the sign we just gone past, and you would move into that middle lane with the white banners, and you wouldn't put your indicator on too early, in case you think you're going to go behind that. And you want to be, and you're doing it right there, you want to be behind that car there on the right there, just there, but get there earlier. Now there's the speed limit sign here now, and it's saying it's now going to 30 miles an hour. This is Walton Lane. This can be a bit busy here because there's a bit of a crossroads here, and they tend to cross. It gets a bit busier sometimes. But basically, it's just fairly straight. So you can see, not a bad route, is it? And got to watch out. There's usually a bus here. Be careful. Sometimes you get a bus stop in here at the bus stop. Lucky this time, there's someone waiting for the bus. Then you got a blind bend. There's the police station. That was the bridge with that poor kid. But anyway, so it carries on. It just carries on straight here. You're coming up to Everton's ground now. And yeah, I think she got one for the use of speed, because she's going a bit slow here before. 23 miles an hour. She's picking it up now, the speed. People think that if you go slow it's safe. It's just as dangerous as going fast. So we're coming up to Edwin's ground, and you can see it's just been a nice straight run. I think this will probably pass about like 12 minutes at the test. Maybe a little bit longer, you know what I mean? So it's a nice route. I don't know why they've changed it. I mean, you won't know until in a minute when I'm going to show you the way it would normally go, and the way they now changed it. So they've just put a little bit of a challenge in there. I was too late to stop there, so that's not a problem, that one. As she was across, they changed to yellow. And you just, there's Everton's ground on the right. You just follow it around to the left. We've got to watch on this blind spot here, is that there's a bus stop around this corner. So expect something around this corner so you don't get a surprise. If you get a surprise, then you know it's quite likely you might make a mistake. So you want to be thinking in your head here, well, okay, I'll be a little bit cautious here. There might be a bus, check me with us, keep checking them. You might have to move on, especially if the bus is broke down or something, or it could be a car. There's also a Mr. Whippy here, what's the name there, the ice cream van. I don't think he's here on that day, no. Here he is here. Here he is, Mr. Whippy. Must make a few bob there, right by the park. And you probably know some pedestrians walking in the road. Oh, they're causing chaos. So if you are a pedestrian, remember the learners. You know, they're nervous anyway. And you probably like, you know, I always think they're always on a test. And it's even more nervous. So you can say this route so far is so straightforward. Not much of a challenge here. But it'll just get interesting in another 5-6 minutes. I think probably another 10 minutes by the time we get to the parallel park, which surprised me that they did it in such a small row. But at the end of the day, yeah, so every time you're approaching a traffic light, check them mirrors, especially the middle one. You cover yourself then when you check the mirrors, because if it changes on you, you know what's behind you. And if it's, you know, if you can brake, the way they put it across is that if you approach a traffic light and it changes, and you're approaching it, then if you check your mirrors and see it's safe to stop, then do so. Well, obviously, if you've got a 30-ton wagon right on your tail, probably wouldn't be a good idea to stop. They like to see you checking your mirrors. This makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You got to know what's behind you and at the side of you. You can actually look forward and see what's in front of you. And we're getting this, will be to follow the sign for Edwin, because you've just gone past Edwin's ground. You probably said it a bit earlier. So there's no left turn here. And if you go like the traffic goes up towards Anfield's ground, so you've got a lot of people coming from town. We're heading towards town, but we don't, the city centre, but we're not going there. It's the next traffic light. You'll see the next sign on the left, and it'll say Everton, pointing to the left. And you go up a big steep hill, and there's like a little place where they find when to pull you over on the left. You did this last time. But if there's parked cars there, they probably won't do it, because there's not much space up on this hill to pull over on the left. Anytime you want to stop on the double yellow lines or on bus stops, if the examiner tells you to, they'll tell you to ignore the bus stop or ignore the yellow lines. So here's the Everton sign, so it's a simple left turn. I think he's only done one right turn when she came out the test centre, onto a Townsend. So you remember middle mirror, indicate left. Do it as you approach, don't do it when you get there, about 4 or 5 car lengths away. Depending if you've got someone take it, you know, put a bit early, let them know that you're going left. You generally back off you then. And let's see how long's left here. Yeah, probably halfway through now, halfway through this route. Nearly 38 minutes, this route. So how would you know the speed limit here? Remember the presence of street lights. Assume it's 30 miles an hour and there's no signs. That's in the highway code. So she should get pulled up a little bit further up. I think it's past the bus stop. Like a little place where you can pull over. There's like a white car. It's a white car here. I think it's a white car. Is it white or blue? Yeah, it's white. Sometimes they got a car like this, they ask you to pull up a little bit closer behind it. This is see you move off on an angle. You probably could have got a bit closer to that, but nothing was said. This would be your hill start. Fortunately for Edwin, and this is an automatic, it's hybrid. If that was a manual, you'd have to select first, set the gas close to the bike, keep your hand on the handbrake with the button in, look all around, make sure when you release the handbrake, keep the clutch still, because it's steep hill, give it a bit more gas and then ease the clutch up as it moves, but don't release it quickly. Okay, so you're going to be turning left shortly into Mere Lane. And this is a tight one here, so you go a bit faster here. Left mirror indicate left. Speed limit now 20, gone to 20. On the other side of that would say 30 for that road. Now this is what I wanted to show you. Now when you get a bit further down, they will say to you at the end of the road, turn right. You've got to be wary of this one, because sometimes when I practice this with somebody, you've gone over to the right one and you don't go over to the right, you go to the very end of the road. And even though you can't see it from here, there's road markings on the floor. So you'll see it now, you're coming up and they'll want you to do a right at the end of the road, and she doesn't get it on it first. And then she spots it somewhere about here. Yeah, she just wishes that there's a road marking, you probably can't see, but you see there, if it's right, this has gone into a one way, so it's right here. They do go ahead there into that estate. They also go across this road, but she done well there, because well, no, we had been there before previously. This bit is on my YouTube channel. It's in another 5 minutes. It changes. It literally changes, and I was quite surprised when I seen the video that they did it right by the church into the small little road, which you're now going to see in about, let's say, about not less than 5 minutes. I think it's 3 miles since you got, I think it was. But when someone passes, it's everything's dead exciting and all that. You don't get to listen to the debrief, you know, and the screaming, hey, hallelujah. And this is another thing. This is the pedestrians. Look, they're just walking across the road like, I don't know, something's wrong. Something's going on here with the pedestrians. And whoever said the pedestrians have got the right of way, and they've literally taken it for like right of way. I get them doing it on a dual carriageway, people are doing 50 miles an hour. You don't realise they're on their phones, and some drivers are on their phones as well, and it's heading for a disaster. This is the perfect storm for someone, pedestrians, cars crashing. So the light is going to go left, middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left. And be careful on Breck Road here, because this can be bad as well. I think she was a bit lucky here, it wasn't busy, but they just walk across the road here as well. And they like be wary, especially with a bus like that, someone could be behind the bus getting off. Yeah, she does slow down to 10 miles an hour. Let's see, I think when you get further down, someone walks across on her. Good idea, press the button and wait for the green man. Remember that? Don't cross on the red man, the green man. I've lost count how many times people just walk across. You can see a tragedy happening there. And they say a bit late on that one as well. Got there, it changed. You couldn't stop there, you'd end up on the crossing. Now when we get a bit further down here, and don't be surprised when you get someone doing this, because you get a lot of people just turning around, and just don't panic, stay calm. Now when you get down here, you'll see a church spire here. Now I've never seen them turn right here, but they do on this one. Yeah, this is where I had the problem last week. For some reason this disappeared. On last Friday, someone was saying, oh, there was chaos on the internet or something. Well, my head was wrecked last week. My brother-in-law was in hospital, he'd been in there like 4 days. And I threw this together, and somehow the second half, this bit didn't come out here. So it's a right here. Mirrors indicate right. Now when you see how small this road is here, it's like you get to parallel park in here. So I'm glad this bit's work now, because it was a nightmare last week. I ended up with like two separate videos, and then I think it was Lee sent me a message saying, Peter, do you realise? But as I say, my brother-in-law's like my brother. I haven't got a brother. He's like my brother-in-law, and he's not too good. He's home now, like, but last week he was in, but like from Thursday till Tuesday. I didn't find out till Friday, and that's when I was doing this. Puts everything into perspective when something like that happens. You know, I do these videos for free. You know, it's basically a Sunday now. I've been out today working, and it's now 7:45 of an evening, and it's roasting. Been a nice day today, hasn't it? Certainly has. Now this is where she gets to Parallel Park. I'm assuming what they do is they pick a place where there's no cars on the right hand side, because if there is, if you reverse here and put a full lock on, you'll hit that car on the right. But here there is no cars, so which is a good thing. I always teach mine to do the 3/4 left turn, and it doesn't swing the car out. It doesn't swing wide. So if there was a car on here on the right, which could be, like if they got it down there, you got cars on your right, and there is routes like that. It is tight, you can see. And this was all fine, no mention of anything. No, I didn't hear to say it, you got a minor for observation or control. So you can imagine if you put a full lock on there, she's only put a 3/4 lock on the turn on. Probably might have put a bit more on there, because it does look like it's gone over towards the curb. But luckily there's no cars there, so you wouldn't hit it. So be wary of that one if you got a parallel park on a road like this. Make sure you don't full turn left, because the car will head straight over, the front of your car will head straight over to a car. As you can see, there's just a curb there, so she's alright. But when you're on the test, you know, you don't think of these things because your nerves are gone. You remember you're allowed 2 car lengths to reverse back to. She's probably just over the car length now. Yeah, she's just there now. 2 car lengths. It's a good old space, isn't it? If you feel like you've gone back too far, just check around and drive forward a bit. And she didn't say anything about this, so she's still going back. Yeah, that's plenty of space. It's probably just over, but no mention of it. She done well. So you wouldn't know whether you went on this test and they're thinking, oh, they'll have a problem here with the parallel park, you know what I mean? I can't see nothing wrong with that. It was not mentioned anyway, so. And that's what you got to watch out for. So something must have happened there, and she stopped. It's best to stop just in case. And if they would have walked in front of her there, she'd have had it. She'd have been. The examiner would have braked, slammed on the brake. Now this is strange because I had a pupil last year who came towards us, and there's a greenhouse on the end there, and they normally come up to it. This is on my YouTube channel, so I've never seen them come back this way. I've seen them come this, because Nina near failed there, because she cut the corner, and he said to her, you're very lucky, there was a car coming there, yeah, I would have failed you, I would have slammed on the brake. So she came round towards us, and luckily for her, there was nobody there, and so if you drive safely, you'll be alright. That's what they're looking for. Nobody there, so she's fine. But it is tight, isn't it, you know, when you look at it. It is really tight here. Not much space either side. And you can imagine in the new driver like you would be, you're thinking, oh my god, if anyone comes up this road, where am I going to go? So, she speeded up a little bit here, she's not going to do a big bump here, but imagine a car coming up here now. You'd be praying to say, oh, do us a favour, help me out. Some drivers will, like, do you know what I mean? I've seen some amazing things when I've been in the back of the test. Some drivers, but I've seen others like beeping at them and, you know, shouting at them, shouldn't be on the road. But it's not all drivers, most of the drivers will help you. So at the end of the road, she's going to go left, we'll indicate left. So that's another challenge where you might have a problem with this route. And the next one is when she gets to the lights here, turning right, I'll show you where to position yourself. The bollard's being knocked off. I used to say to people that there was like a yellow bollard there. I used to say aim for the bollard. This is if you're at the front of the queue, remember, only at the front. Be careful if you're at the back. You don't want to go across this stop line, because sometimes this place can be, this right turn here can be a bit of a nuisance. And you'll see it in a moment. go. This traffic light, you're turning right. Middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. So she gets to stop here so I can show you where to aim for. There used to be a bollard, where that silver car is over there. On the floor, they're like two little islands and one's like a thumbnail, like this. That's where you want to aim for. Where that silver car is now, you can see it. You can't, there used to be the bollards gone. The bollard was dead on, you're saying for the bollard. All you're doing then is you're inviting them to go round this side here, because it's difficult for them to cut across here. Although it will happen because some drivers don't care. But if you're confident enough and you're in this position, head straight for that little, you can't really see it from here, but if you get closer to it, you'll see like a little, it looks like the top of a thumb. Can you see it coming up now? Luckily that car's going straight on. The man's going right. Can you see that there? Come on, get round that. There you go. See that little thumbnail there? Don't actually go right up to it, but just aim for it and give yourself a bit of space so that you can turn into this road. Now the next challenge here is this 20 sign. And believe it or not, people have failed here, and yet this 20 sign is on up, and it's also on the floor. She's just on it here, look. She's just spotted it. Oh, it was close, wasn't it? That was 21 there. She was about to take off. But I'd practiced this with her, so yeah, she knows it, you know. And another thing happens down there. When the speed limit changes, there's just, for some reason, there's a white van always parked. Now, if you can't really see it, the examiner will tell you it's gone back to 30. You'll see it in a moment, any minute now, when you get past this bus, or the bus has moved off. And these are the things you want to be looking for on this particular route. So when you get around there, if the examiner thinks you can see it, they won't say nothing. And you should, when you get around, you see a white van, and above it, you'll see a 30 sign. And you can see, just about see it, can't you? But you can actually see it when you get past here. You come past this little junction here, and it's just on your left here. You can just see it there, look, left. That's 30. They should tell you. If they can't see it, then they'll tell you it's 30 when you get to here. But like I said, this video, this is why the videos, I wish they had these when I was having driving lessons. I'd have been made up. I'd have been watching them all the time. Wow. I would have been never off them. All the people who have truck and they've all watched the videos, they've all done well. It's great. I've lost count. I couldn't tell you. I've had loads of videos, comments saying, thanks Peter, your videos were a great help. I'll tell everyone about them. Now this way she's very good here, because it's local knowledge as well. She knows there's a roadworks here, but she remembered it. A lot of things on your test you forget. And she's gone over to this lane because further up there's a roadworks. So this is what you call forward planning. And they'd be quite happy with that, if you do it safely, that is, you know what I mean? So basically, she's in this here. The good thing about this car turning right here, you won't get trapped behind it because they've got a filter light on this. You see a green filter, so that car has gone out your way. So you don't have to worry about getting stuck behind that. But you can't do that with every light. It's only the ones with the filter on there, and the one that goes first. And you'll see the roadworks coming up now. This is where local knowledge helps. Have you been here? And you can see that it's saying the lane is closed. It's a bit strange here, because when you get to the traffic light, because when we were sitting there, when she was sitting there, she was saying about a car, was sitting there, and she wasn't sure. I think the examiner mentioned it. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Said they were sitting there, and all of a sudden this car turned up on the left. Let's see where it is. Yeah, it's coming up now. Yeah, somewhere there, something happens here. I don't know when, like, but she was worried. I think that like the car, because what they do, they'll see you in front and they want to get past you. So she was worried in case the car shot across to the right. I don't think it does though. I think it goes left, so she was all right. Yeah, there it is there. That car there. And you see the way it's got in front of her? You would think that it's going to cut across to the right. But she said it went left. That could be a problem, you know what I mean? Now this road works. I don't know whether it'll be here when you have your test. It might be, I don't know. But it is they generally fix it quick. I think it's been there about over a week now, so it's not that difficult. It's just knowing where it is, you know what I mean? So the next challenge she's got is the double roundabouts, and once she's through there, she's gone. Finished. Finito. All over. No more worries. No more panicking. Again, you know what it's like when you got your test coming up. You know, it's like, wow. I've got one coming up on Tuesday. So you're watching this, Natalie. You get an idea what they're going through. Now she's come back to the left here, but you've got to be careful here. I would say stay to the right, because you know there's going to be parked cars down here, but she's gone back to the left here. She's moved over now. 2 roundabouts coming up, and the direction is the first roundabout, turn right, and the second roundabout, it's ahead, second exit. A lot of comments on this about going ahead in the lane next to the roundabout, and I don't understand why people don't get it. So it's right on the first. So as you approach here, don't indicate, check your mirrors now, indicate right. Watch out for these vans, there's always vans parked here, so you can't see, you've got to get your speed down. Generally everyone panics when they get on the first bit here, they go across too fast, and you end up going too wide on the turn. Take it easy. Ease up your gas. Now straight ahead now. A lot of people get confused here, because when they go this way, when they look that way, they think it's the way the black car is, but it goes that way. And then what you do is you head for the central reservation. There's like a black line here, stay this side of it. And that lets you free there now for any buses and any parked cars. And you're allowed to do that. A lot of people say, Peter, what have you got to do? There's parked cars there. You know, common sense, just apply it. At the traffic lights, turn left. Mirror indicate left. You know, be careful here, because you might be thinking, I'm going to go back to the test centre. She actually does, but someone will say take the next road on the right. Don't be surprised. If you're a bit early, they'll take it on that estate and bring you back. So remember that. You might be thinking, oh, I've just got to go left, and you say turn right. No, you're all over the place. And that's it now. It's back at the test centre. Well done, Edwin. I think it was 3 minors, was it 3 or 4 minors? It's finished. That's it.